everybody hear me? Is that okay, the volume? It's higher? I can't do a bit closer?
Yes.
So now, can you hear me? It's very loud outside, but is that okay, volume? Okay, thanks for having me, Willy. Thanks for inviting me. It was a great boat trip last night. We have a bit of a feedback problem. I actually like noise music, like the industrial stuff from the 80s, so okay. And inspiring conversations last night too, so I'm already pretty happy that I came. Willy the director, asked me to talk about my current projects and thoughts, and he said 20 minutes, so I chose to speak on 3 subjects, 10 minutes each, and I would, can you hear me? Yeah. And it would be really nice to get into a conversation later. I have to sit here behind this table because I have the notes on the computer, but later maybe we can get into a dialogue. So the 3 subjects I chose is probably my coordinates in society is the place where I work, which is Uli said it already, is the Institute for Music and Media. It's in Düsseldorf, 2.5-hour ride from Amsterdam in Germany. And the institute belongs, we call it IMM, belongs to a University of Music. And my second subject will be my subject in teaching, which is visual music. And I use it as my interface to communicate with the students about creativity. And I will talk about this a bit more. And my third subject is what I think, work and dream about when I do not teach, which is my current research subject, and I just started it, so maybe you can give me some input on that, which is music and limerence. Okay, I myself come from a design background, as Willy mentioned. In the last 20 years, I have worked on motion graphics and corporate design projects for basically every TV station in Germany. I studied communications design 84 to 90, till 90, and there was zero computer when I studied at university. So I really come from an analog background. Already while I was studying my last year, I started working at a TV station, a private TV station, big corporate TV station in Germany called RTL. You probably know it in the Netherlands. And learned everything. Basically, I had my second program, my second study. This was the time when, for us, in my early 20s, MTV was really the big thing. Graphics started to move, and graphics became audio-visual. So, yeah, and from there on, I went through different public and private TV stations as a creative director. Creative director is responsible for the whole look of the TV station. That means like openers, the graphics for the news, whatever you see that is designed on the screen is the corporate design, and the creative director is responsible for that. Willy and I met at a TV station called Vox in Cologne in Germany, where me and quite famous electronic musician from Germany. Maybe you know the electronic music project Mouse on Mars. The guy, one of them, you probably know them. In Germany, they're quite famous. We developed the on-air corporate design for Vox, which was 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, actually. In the 90s, I did a lot of commercial work, advertising clips and videos, and that was the time of the new economy. A lot of money was involved, and they were quite open to experimental design approaches. And I took some of the money I made in the advertising business and invested it into experimental music videos, especially for electronic music, because Cologne has a quite vivid electronic music scene, which comes from it's rooted in the 50s, when the studio for electroacoustic music at the WDR in Germany was like the place to be for Neue Musik, contemporary music. If you're interested, I'm not going further into my career. If you're interested, all my projects are on the website. Since 10 years already, I became more and more involved in education. I teach at a film academy close to Stuttgart, in Germany as well. And finally, I decided to take, in 2004, a post at the IMM as a full-time professor. And I'm now the managing co-director of the IMM. The IMM is part of the University of Music in Düsseldorf, Classical Music Academy, very much 19th century. The IMM emerged from a more than 50 years old tradition to educate sound engineers. So art, music was always in a dialogue with technology and engineers at this specific University of Music. All our students, the students of the IMM, have to pass a qualifying exam on their instruments and a music theory to start studying at the IMM. So they have to be quite good at their instrument and in music in general when they start. They are 18, 19, 20 something. As a consequence, me, the designer, a visually trained person, I'm not a musician, not a composer, not a conductor, works with musicians. That's exceptional. Since a decade, this university, where's my, sorry. Okay. So my notes have whatever. Since a decade, the University of Music has incorporated video in their programs, in their music programs, and that's pretty unique in Germany. Usually you have classical music academies where people learn the instruments. But to combine music and visuals, at a music academy, media academy do this, but musicians usually don't work with visuals. And sound and visuals have a different culture and different languages. So that means I basically learn as much from the students as they hopefully learn from me, which is a perfect alliance. I have to, just for a second, because my notes are bigger than the screen, so give me a minute. Because otherwise I can't see my notes, which is weird. Here we go. Okay, now in October next month, a new decade starts at the IMM for the last 3 years, and this is why I actually came to the IMM. We were working on new bachelor and master programs to evolve the sound engineer study program into something new. Now 2 different bachelors will start, and in 2 years a new master program, and they have different focus. One program is called Music and Media, and that focuses on artistic education, always based on music. And the other one is called Sound and Video, will focus on technical education. And the whole idea is to bring both cultures, the engineering culture, the engineers' culture, and the artistic musician, the culture of the musicians, together in projects to inspire each other from semester 1 on. So we have 40 students altogether, 20 for each program, and they start October 6th. Of course, the students continue the education on their instruments throughout the programs, so they are educated on their instrument. In addition, the IMM offers different courses to choose from, which is, we have 8 different focuses, 8 different subjects. Audiovisual media production, media composition. Media composition means scores for films, computer games, sound design. Music and media text, that means educating journalists for music and media. Music informatics, coding, software, plugins for music software. Music production, the classical music production. Music and media management, of course, the producers or A&R at big labels are educated at the IMM. And my focus,